it's been a crazy 48 hours or so, and despite the amount of people telling me that they thought it was fake, I don't think anyone saw this coming, but Monster Hunter and Digimon are officially crossing over. What is up, digital companions? My name is Karn EX and welcome back to a news video. And yes, we've got the craziest crossover we've seen in a while, probably since the Metabots crossover of Digimon. Of course, in China we get a bunch of crossovers like QQ Speed and stuff, but generally in Japan and outside of Japan, the crossovers are a little bit less exciting. But indeed, this week, following the fact that Capcom announced that Monster Hunter Wilds release date will be February of 2025, we also got the reveal that Monster Hunter will be crossing over with Digimon. Now, sadly, we're not going to be seeing Digimon in Monster Hunter Wilds yet. Maybe we will. I doubt it though. However, what we are getting is an official Digimon V-Pet Monster Hunter crossover, and we've not really seen this before. Generally, if Bandai's going to make a new product in their V-Pet line, it will either be dedicated to the property, or it will be like a Tamagotchi crossover. The closest we've got here for Digimon in recent memory is things like the Metabots getting a DIM card where they had some Metabots and some Digimon, and indeed the Vital Bracelet, which started as a Digimon product but eventually went to Kamen Rider, Ultraman, and then My Hero Academia and a bunch of other anime properties. But this is the first traditional Digimon V-Pet to not just be a Digimon V-Pet, but a mostly other franchise V-Pet, and that is Monster Hunter. But it's not exclusively Monster Hunter either. It's really interesting. These are basically reskins of the recently released Digimon Color V-Pets. Full color versions of those traditional Digimon V-Pets that you might be used to, but now in a Monster Hunter version. A Rathalos and a Zinogre version, each with their own really cool paint job and indeed a full roster of Monster Hunter monsters. There's going to be 36 monsters on these V-Pets in total, but the monsters that were shown off at this stage are of course Rathalos, Zinogre, Mizutsune, Rajang, Kezu, Nagakuga, Gormagala, and Tigrex. The big differences here are that there are going to be Monster Hunter sounds at the start of battle. You can actually be able to hear some monsters do their cries, or their roars, I guess, they're not cries. And because these are internally basically exactly the same as the other Digimon Color V-Pets, you will be able to battle against the Digimon Color and Pendulum Color V-Pets, which is insane. My audience is primarily Digimon fans, but if you are a Monster Hunter fan who is just curious about this collaboration and have never seen a Digimon V-Pet before, basically they're very similar to Tamagotchi. You get a little creature that will hatch out of an egg, it will be at a very low level, and you will raise it up through various care and battling mechanics. You can feed the little guys, they poop, you clean that up, you send them out to battle, you can give them vitamins and raise them, and indeed they can die and be reborn. It's like a little pet, it's a virtual pet, that's literally what they're called. But in this instance, instead of digital monsters, you're going to be raising just regular monsters, although they're on a V-Pet, so I guess they're still digital, kinda? Which means, yes, rather than hunting Rathalos in this instance, Rathalos will be your pet. Pretty cool. But the biggest thing here is that because this is a Digimon Monster Hunter crossover, we have got a jog rest between Monster Hunter monsters and Digimon. First up, Rathalos and Greymon jog rest to become Wrath Greymon. Now listen, I'm not a Monster Hunter guy, I don't know what I'm looking at here. What I do know is I'm looking at a really cool Greymon variant. And then we have Garurumon with Zinogre becoming Xenogarurumon. Great merging of the two concepts here, and something I really like here, and people like Ray have pointed out on Twitter, this feels like an almost even more Gabumon focused evolution for Garurumon. When Gabumon becomes Garurumon, he fully merges with that pelt, losing his reptile side, losing his horn side. But by introducing Zinogre into what is presumably an ultimate level Digimon, or ultimate level digital monster, nice, we actually end up with a Digimon much more reminiscent of Gabumon, which I'm really fond of. I tweeted jokingly that these guys are going to have an amazing Omnimon. I don't know whether they will. It's been stated that Kenji Watanabe did 2 illustrations for this project, the Wrath Greymon and Xenogarurumon, but honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if they did do an Omnimon of some variety, though I don't think we're going to get mega evolutions for these guys, so that might nip that idea in the bud. I'm also curious what this means for Wrath Greymon and Xenogarurumon going forward. Unfortunately, my suspicion is that it's going to be like a Grey Wars and Garuru Metal situation, an Omedamon situation, where we're just not going to see these special collaboration Digimon show up in anything like the card game, video games, etc. going forward. However, if Bandai Namco and Capcom are working together like this to make a Monster Hunter Digimon crossover, wouldn't it be such a boon to the Digimon card game and a great way to bring Monster Hunter fans into the Digimon card game too? Show them how cool the monsters in Digimon are. Monster Hunter fans are already fans of monsters, pre-orders being fans of that series by making Wrath Greymon and Xenogarurumon cards. I think that would be amazing. This thing is one of the most popular releases we've ever seen from Premium Bandai. Because it is a Digimon color, it does have that Monster Hunter name attached to it. You've got all the other things you'd expect, you know, USB-C charging, full color display, all of that, the capabilities we talked about earlier. This thing has been so popular that the first wave of pre-orders sold out in less than a day, and Premium Bandai had to open up a second wave of pre-orders basically immediately. This thing is going to do numbers in the Digimon community and the Monster Hunter community for Monster Hunter's 20th anniversary. This currently is just a Japan pre-order only on Japan Premium Bandai, but a lot of these toys tend to end up on the US Premium Bandai too, with some sort of international release. However, I do not think they're going to translate this. Maybe because of the popularity of Monster Hunter, they might do a full translation, but generally these Digimon Color and Pendulum Color toys are pretty much 99% usable if you don't speak Japanese, because most of it's in English. So I suspect this will get an international release somehow, but you don't have to wait for Premium Bandai. You don't have to go to Bandai's tune. You can get your Monster Hunter Digimon Colors pre-ordered right now with today's sponsor, ZeninTCG. ZeninTCG is your one-stop shop for all things Digimon, anime, and beyond, and of course they've got those Monster Hunter Digimon crossover V-Pets. Pre-orders are now open, and as a reminder, these are pre-orders with the product releasing between March and April-ish of 2025. ZeninTCG have the Rathalos and the Zinogre colored versions, and if you want to get a bundle of both, Zenin will give you $2 USD off your order. Also, when you add those to your cart, Zenin will also have a special 5% off promotion of their ZeninTCG premium V-Pet cases that will fit the new V-Pets as well. These are their own in-house V-Pet cases that they've designed. These have been very popular. They work for all Digimon Color V-Pets, and they're going to be working towards making their Pendulum Color cases as well. So make sure you go check out those Monster Hunter V-Pets and their V-Pet cases over on ZeninTCG, because we have still no idea when these are going to hit Premium Bandai outside of Japan. And thank you to ZeninTCG for sponsoring this video. This is really promising to me. I don't think this is going to go much further. Like I say, maybe Wrath Greymon and Xenogarurumon, getting cards in the card game, maybe showing up in other stuff Digimon related. It would be insane if those two Jogress Digimon monsters were going to be in Wilds, but I just don't think they are. Capcom had their Tokyo Game Show presentation literally the day after these got posted, and they didn't even mention them in the merch section, let alone tease that Digimon might be in Monster Hunter. Now, it could happen. It definitely could happen. I don't think it's going to. I think licensing wise, it makes things much more complicated. You got to license then Capcom and Bandai Namco properties. You got to do a whole bunch of legal stuff. I think this may just stick at a V-Pet, but it's really promising for what we might expect for the visibility of Digimon going forward. Digimon was exploding on social media yesterday when this all got out. Again, no one saw it coming. Digimon Monster Hunter would certainly be interesting, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be interesting? Wouldn't that be a crazy thing to happen? And it makes me curious to see what else we could get from Digimon and collaborative things in the future. We've had Medabots, we've had Monster Hunter now. What else can we have to up the profile of Digimon in this really fun way? Pokemon? The fact that this is a Digimon crossover, but ostensibly the only two Digimon look to be Wrath Greymon and Xenogarurumon. Everything else on these V-Pets, I believe, is going to be Monster Hunter monsters, like the ones we talked about and the other ones yet to be announced. There's of course that compatibility with Digimon, but this is a really bold step forward, almost making Digimon a backseater to the main Monster Hunter theming, kind of like they've done again with the Tamagotchi. If we look at the Kingdom Hearts Tamagotchi, for example, it does worry me a little bit for the future of Digimon, because what if they just start doing like all crossovers for Digimon V-Pets and Digimon becomes a host for other franchises, not the main franchise itself? But that's probably doomsaying a little bit, and this is really exciting. Capcom is winning right now. Well, they have got a couple of issues. They got Monster Hunter Wild. They've just released Ace Attorney Investigations compilation. The fighting game side is insane between Street Fighter VI's constant content rollouts, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection being real, MVC2 Marvel being free, Fighting Collection 2 being announced with a bunch of incredible titles, Ken and Chun-Li and Ronaldo being in the SNK game, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. It's a great year to be a Capcom fan. It looks like they're probably going to be bringing out Ace Attorney 7 at some point in the not too distant future. So Digimon specifically from Bandai Namco collaborating with Capcom is a huge W in my opinion. I'm not a Monster Hunter guy and I want these, mainly because I think Wrath Greymon and Xenogarurumon look really cool, but still, particularly the Rathalos version I think has one of the best paint jobs I've seen on one of these digital monster V-Pets, period. And it's just a natural crossover, isn't it? Monster Hunter, digital monsters. Maybe we need a whole brand new digital Monster Hunter video game where you can just hunt a bunch of Digimon. It'd be a little bit against the ethos of the whole franchise of Digimon though, wouldn't it? Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you going to be picking up these Monster Hunter Digimon crossover V-Pets? If you are, you're going to get in one or the other, you're going to get in both. Did you already get the Digimon color and the Pendulum color, so you're looking forward to kind of like battling moving and interacting between all of your color V pets. If you are thinking of getting these and you don't want to wait for potential P Bandai stuff in the future, or for P Bandai pre-orders to close like really quick, because they are going to no matter when they open them, this thing is selling like hotcakes, do make sure you go check out today's sponsor, ZeninTCG. Thank you to my Sovereigns, EDK14, as well as all my other patrons over on patreon.com/Karn EX, and my channel members here on YouTube. I appreciate you all so very, very much. I'll see you all next time when we hunt monsters. Bye bye.